Hello and welcome to my continuous series of tips, top 25 tips of all time. Today is number 3. It's from Johnny Jacobs, 1972. He was talking about the upper half of the body being slightly tilted backwards. Usually people say that because the right hand goes on the golf club lower than the left, therefore lowering the right shoulder. However, I can tell you that a lot of the best players in the world are working very hard on getting back to level. Really good reason why this whole game is all about getting the club face back on the golf ball correctly. We're all trying to get to the point where we put less side spin on a golf ball. The more tilted behind the golf ball you are, the easier it is for the hands to break down through the golf shot. Therefore, put excess side spin on the golf ball, something we would rather not do if we can help it most of the time anyways. He wasn't incorrect with talking about the upper half being slightly tilted backwards, but he did use the word slightly. And I'm okay with slightly. Then we have to start putting the golf swing into motion. You hear so much about spine angles, retaining your spine angles. Honestly, I think if I gave the golfing world a quiz on what that means, I'd get all kinds of different answers, and probably very few would really understand what the heck it is. To this date, I can't tell you that I've ever heard anyone say why I should do this. They just said it's a good thing to do, but they never said why. And boy, you know, if you're anywhere near like me, I want to know the whys. If I can, I want to know why I should do it. So here's my understanding of it, because I know the misunderstanding I had forever when I was younger trying to play this game at a high level. My idea is, yes, my upper body should be slightly tilted backwards, and I'm going to again suggest slightly. Now, as I'm moving through the golf ball, boy, you know, I think it's almost impossible to see when somebody is swinging the golf club in the way that we should see it. Here's how I think we hear and we see what is said by keeping behind the golf ball. I think here's how you tell if it's a good golf lesson or not. Every single lesson should go back to what it's going to do for you as you go through the golf ball. Every single one of us should be trying to keep the left, if you're right-handed, left wrist flat, if not a little arched, and the right wrist bent. Think of the chain reaction. The more I lean backwards, the more I got to give way with my right hand. If you believe the right hand's supposed to go like this, then maybe that's correct. But if you believe the left wrist should stay flat, if not arched, and the right wrist should stay bent, then I can still retain that slight tilt, but move forwards with it. Slight tilt, but move forwards with it. That's way different than this. It'll get you a way different result than this. So I guess what I'm trying to say, the tip is correct. It's the interpretation of the tip that kind of scares me. I know I misinterpreted it back when, and I'm not so sure that you won't either. So the best thing I can try to do in the time frame that I'm given is make sure that you don't misinterpret something and you can move on to learn something correct. So a slight tilt I'm okay with, but as I'm hitting the golf ball, just do some small ones. I've got this slight tilt. Hope you can see that clearly on there. I've got this slight tilt as opposed to tilt. Totally different deal. One allows this to happen, one makes this happen. Slight tilt, moving forwards, compress, trap the golf ball. If I'm tilted backwards, I got to let go of my right wrist, and I don't know what the heck's going to happen if I let go of the right wrist. That was number 3 in our series. Next week, I hope you join us for number 4.